So, you've probably heard about Pi Network. Maybe a friend sent you an invite, maybe you saw it trending online. It's a project that lets you mine crypto from your phone. You just tap a button once a day. The app doesn't drain your battery, and it doesn't use a lot of data. The whole idea, make crypto accessible to everyday people, not just tech experts with powerful computers. Started in 2019 by Stanford graduates. Since then it's grown a massive user base. Tens of millions tapping that button every day worldwide. The core promise is simple. Create a widely distributed digital currency. Create a smart contract platform, secured and operated by regular people. Different from Bitcoin, where a few big miners control things. Lately it's not just the mobile approach getting attention, it's the wild speculation about future value. A persistent number, $314,159 for 1 pi. That references the constant pi, 3.14159. So what exactly is a global consensus value? In the simplest terms, it's the idea that the value of a currency is determined by what a large group of people collectively agree it is worth. Think about regular money, like the US dollar. A dollar bill is just a piece of paper and cotton. It has no intrinsic value. It's valuable because millions of people and thousands of businesses all agree that it can be exchanged for goods and services. This shared belief, or consensus, is what gives it power. In the world of crypto, this concept is taken a step further. A community can decide to assign a specific value to their coin from the very beginning. This isn't just a fantasy, it's a social experiment. It's an economic experiment. For Pi, proponents of the global consensus value, often shortened to GCV, are essentially saying, if enough of us agree that 1 pi is worth $314,159, and we only conduct transactions at that price, then that will become its real value. The logic is that if a massive global community holds the line and refuses to sell or trade their pi for anything less, the market will eventually have to accept that price. The claim that 1 pi coin could be worth $314,159 is, without a doubt, one of the most ambitious price predictions in the history of cryptocurrency. As mentioned, this number is a direct and deliberate nod to the first 6 digits of the mathematical constant pi. This isn't a coincidence. It's a powerful and symbolic piece of branding that has been embraced by a significant portion of the Pi community. The idea was not generated by the Pi core team. Instead, it originated organically within the community, spreading like wildfire across social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook, Telegram. It's a meme, but for its believers, it's a serious financial goal. The supporters, often referred to as GCV supporters, have built an entire philosophy around it. They argue that traditional cryptocurrency valuation is flawed because it's driven by speculation, market manipulation, and the whims of early investors, or whales. They believe Pi Network can defy conventional market dynamics. Over 55 million engaged members. The argument is that if this huge community collectively decides to anchor the value of Pi to this high number, they can create a new economic paradigm. They envision a future where Pi is used for major purchases, like cars, houses, directly at the GCV price. When we look at how established cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, the story is very different from the GCV theory. A new crypto's price is almost always determined on the open market through supply and demand. When a new coin is listed on an exchange, people place orders, buy orders, sell orders. The price settles where they meet. Initial listing prices are often very low, sometimes fractions of a cent, then build based on real factors. Key elements influence price discovery. First, utility. What can you do with the coin? Powers a decentralized application? Fast, cheap transactions? Store of value like digital gold? More utility equals more demand. Another major factor, technology. Secure, scalable, truly decentralized. Strong tech attracts investors and developers, which raises value over time. Market sentiment and speculation also play a huge role. News, social media hype, celebrity endorsements, market trends, positive attention drives buying pressure. In the Pi Network ecosystem, it's absolutely essential to distinguish between official information from the Pi core team And well, the speculation that circulates within the community. The core team communicates through official channels, primarily within the Pi app itself. They release announcements. They publish blog posts. They update the white paper. Those documents outline the project's roadmap. They outline technical developments. They outline official policies. These are the facts. Everything else, especially specific price predictions, should be treated as speculation no matter how widespread or confidently stated it is. So what are the official facts? First, Pi Network is currently in an enclosed mainnet period. This means the blockchain is live, but it's protected by a firewall that prevents connectivity to external networks or other crypto exchanges. During this phase, users who have completed the Know Your Customer or KYC verification can migrate their mined Pi to the mainnet blockchain. They can use their Pi within the enclosed ecosystem for peer-to-peer transfers with other KYC'd users. They can use it for purchasing goods and services and apps on the Pi browser. This is real documented functionality. For Pi to reach any significant sustainable value, let alone a figure in the thousands, a series of critical milestones must be met. The first and most important step is the transition to an open mainnet. Enclosed mainnet, open mainnet, mass KYC, DApp growth, exchange listings. The firewall around the current enclosed mainnet must be taken down. That lets the Pi blockchain connect to the wider internet. Open mainnet would enable Pi to be listed on cryptocurrency exchanges. Exchanges are the primary mechanism through which a market price is established. Without this step, Pi remains a closed-loop digital token with no externally recognized value. The core team has laid out conditions for open mainnet. One condition is mass KYC completion. Another is the maturation of the app ecosystem. Once the mainnet is open, the next crucial factor will be utility. What can you actually use Pi for? A currency is only as valuable as the goods and services it can command. The Pi core team has been promoting DApp development through hackathons and developer programs. For Pi to have real value, it needs a thriving ecosystem where people can spend Pi on tangible things, online games, social media features, e-commerce marketplaces. Professional services. While the promise of Pi is exciting for many, it's crucial to be aware of the significant risks involved. The most immediate danger? Scams. Scammers make fake websites. Scammers make phony exchanges. Scammers make fake social media accounts. They promise to buy or exchange your Pi. They're designed to steal your coins. They're designed to steal your personal information. They're designed to steal your other crypto assets. A common tactic: asking for your wallet passphrase. Never ever share your passphrase. Rule: until open mainnet, offers to buy or sell Pi are likely scams. Hype is another major risk. Astronomical price talk, $314,159. That fuels unrealistic expectations. People make financial plans based on speculation. That can lead to disappointment and financial distress. Remember, mining Pi on your phone has been free. Treat your Pi like a lottery ticket or like a fun experiment, not a retirement fund. Never invest money you can't afford to lose. Project level risk: Pi may never achieve its goals. Transition to open mainnet is a massive technical and logistical challenge. Given the risks, it's incredibly important for anyone involved in Pi Network to prioritize their safety and security. The first and most fundamental rule is to protect your account information. Your Pi wallet is protected by a passphrase, which is a long string of words. You are the only person who has this passphrase. Never share it with anyone for any reason. Pi core team members will never ask you for it. Anyone who does is trying to scam you and steal your coins. Write it down and store it in a secure offline location, or better yet, multiple locations. If you lose your passphrase, you lose your Pi forever. Second, be extremely critical of all information, especially regarding Pi's value or trading opportunities. Get your news directly from the official sources. The main screen of the Pi Network app. So after all that, what's the bottom line on Pi Network and the $314,159 dream? It's a project with a fascinating and ambitious vision to create a globally distributed cryptocurrency for everyday people, but it's still early and enclosed. The future is far from certain, is yet to be written.